Alvin Conte. I am the Associate Director of Admissions and Recruitment at Morehouse College. I also serve as the Athletic Liaison for our admissions office, and I'm excited to be here tonight to provide some more detailed information and also serving as moderator for tonight's Tiger Talks presentation. And tonight's presentation is Morehouse Athletics, Sports, Scholarships, and Success. Again, my name is Alvin Conte, and I'm going to be serving as tonight's moderator. Our featured speaker for tonight is Harold Ellis, our Director of Athletics, class of 1992 as well. Harold, happy to have you here tonight. Would you like to say hi to our audience?
Thank you. I'm really appreciative to be here to speak about athletics. I'm glad we're doing this. We did one last year and it was great. And I think it's just good for the parents and students for future Morehouse Tigers.
Yeah, thank you so much. We're excited about tonight's presentation. So some general information about Morehouse. Morehouse College is the nation's only historically Black private liberal arts college for men. For over 150 years, we have prepared young men to change the world through leadership and service, driven by innovation, technology, global cultural dexterity, and the liberal arts foundation of knowledge and pillars of the community. Morehouse is a community with a mission, and that mission is to develop men with disciplined minds who will lead lives of leadership and service. So to go over the topics that will be covered in tonight's session, we're going to start off with Morehouse Athletics, what we do, our teams and recruitment contacts, starting the athletic recruitment process with our coaches, how to walk on at Morehouse, strategic imperatives and invest in success, giving to athletics, life of a student athlete at Morehouse, and then we're going to close out tonight's session with a time for question and answers. So some general information about Morehouse Athletics. We are in the NCAA. We are a Division II. Morehouse is a member of the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, or more commonly known as SIAC. Our mascot is the Maroon Tigers. Morehouse College Athletics strives to compete at the highest level. And Morehouse College Athletics also aspires to be a regional center of excellence, providing opportunities for advanced academic and athletic experiences that promote ethical leadership and success in a global society. And our philosophy in athletics is identical to Morehouse's mission, to develop men with disciplined minds who will lead lives of leadership and service. So Morehouse has produced several notable alums in regards to our athletic program, starting out with Edwin Moses, Olympian and two-time gold medalist and one-time bronze medalist. Don Clendenin, catcher and World Series most valuable player. Ramon Harewood, Super Bowl champion with the Baltimore Ravens. Tonight's presenter, Harold Ellis, who played in the National Basketball Association. Jerome Boger, who also served as a NFL referee. And then John David Washington, who played running back at Morehouse and also played for the Los Angeles Rams. So without further ado, we're going to start the introduction for tonight's speaker, Harold Ellis, class of 1992, and also our Director of Athletics. Harold Ellis was named Athletic Director at Morehouse in August of 2023. He is a 1990 graduate of Morehouse, and Harold is the only Morehouse athlete to have his jersey number retired after a collegiate basketball career averaging more than 24 points per game in 4 years and leading Morehouse to the 1989-90 NCAA Division II Final Four. After graduating, Mr. Ellis played for the Los Angeles Clippers, the Denver Nuggets, before going into coaching and sports management. Mr. Ellis has also served as the general manager and head coach of the World Basketball Association's Rome Gladiators. He went on to become the director of player personnel for the New York Knicks in 2018, before eventually joining basketball operations for the Detroit Pistons. One of the personal quotes that Harold lives by is, the only way you can be successful is to make someone else successful first. So without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce tonight's presenter, our Director of Athletics and Class of '92 graduate, Mr. Harold Ellis.
Thank you so much, Brother Conte. Like I said, I'm glad to do this, and it's so much stuff we got on the horizon for the athletic program. So I'm glad to speak to everybody, all the parents and students this evening. Okay, first of all, let's start with our vision in the athletic department. We have a vision, we have a mission, and we have our core values. Our vision to be recognized as one of the premier athletic programs that nurtures talent, promotes sportsmanship, and consistently competes at the highest level, preparing students, athletes for success on and off the field of play. Our mission to provide a comprehensive and enriching athletic experience for student athletes, fostering personal and athletic growth, academic excellence, and a lifelong passion for the sports. What's most importantly are our four pillars, our core values: stewardship, leadership, sportsmanship, and fellowship. Morehouse Athletics, what we do. Operational excellence, the student athlete experience, community engagement, maintenance, and facility plan. That's what we'll talk about this evening. Okay, first of all, operational excellence, safety and health. This is really huge in sports. So this year, starting this year, we have a psychiatrist and special counselor strictly for athletics. So if the boys have any processes, mental health, which is huge right now, any issues, we have a personal counselor just for athletics. I think that's great. Dr. Thomas and his team got together, and Dr. Kendrick Brown, we all got together and we decided this is huge for the athletic department. Leadership. We have two new coaches on campus. We have a golf coach in Edgar Evans, and we have a new football coach in Terrence Mathis, who's a former NFL player. Branding. We're working on our branding. The athletic department now works directly with our PR department, Jasmine Gurley and her team. So we're working on our brand. We already have a huge brand. We were national. We had a couple of big games last year in New York, Chicago, and Columbus, Georgia. We're branding our product in athletics. So for you athletes out there, our brand is changing and is growing. We were just on First Take, ESPN, so it was huge. We've had a big week the last week. Community engagement. This is huge at Morehouse College. I was speaking, one of our big community engagements, we partnered with the YMCA, and it's called Partnering with a Purpose. We partnered with the YMCA because historically Black colleges have always had YMCA backgrounds in the past. So we're partnering with YMCA, and we have a program called the First 500, where we bring out 500 kids to each game to each season. So we have 500 basketball, 500 football, the Morehouse Relays, we're bringing out 500 kids. It's huge. Our board of trustees, I gave a presentation to those guys this year explaining the athletic horizon that's coming forward. So they're in full support. But enhance our website campaigns. We got Giving Tuesday that's coming up, which is huge. Last year, we raised the most money in athletics that we've ever done before, which is big time for future athletes. Our alumni understand that athletics are really important in the Morehouse process. Teams and recruitment contacts. I'm gonna give you guys a chance to take a picture of this because this is very important for football, basketball, track. You need to know these coaches. These are varsity sports. We have football, basketball, baseball, track and field, cross country, golf, tennis, and volleyball. Please take a picture of this slide. It's huge because it's our football contact, our basketball contact, track and field. We have Coach Copeland in football. We have Coach Pope in basketball. Our track and field coordinator is Christopher Dumas. Our baseball is Mario Grissom. Our head golf is Erica Evans, and our tennis is Terry Alexander, and our volleyball currently is Lamar Johnson. Make sure you get a copy of this slide. Reaching out to the coaches, it's important. The information you need to have when you reach out to these coaches, your NCAA ID number, that's huge. You have to go through the NCAA Eligibility Center to get this. We need your contact info, your social media, and your social media handles. It's huge to get your social media handles in. Age, graduation year, and name of your high school, your head high school coach. I will emphasize to my coaches that you have to reach out to the high school coach, not the AAU coach, the high school coach. We need your height, weight, stats, positions, your event times, your honors and awards. And what's mostly important at Morehouse College is the GPA and test scores. We need to know your GPA and test scores. The earlier you get this started, the better it is the recruitment process for Morehouse College. Hey, this is fun for me. So we have upcoming varsity sports. We're going to try to make these NCAA sports. We're in the process. We have the new sport lacrosse, soccer, and swimming. Historically, we had swimming, our Tiger Sharks. Years ago, we want to bring those guys back. They will actually start in November this month. They will start, and then soccer and lacrosse has already started. Our lacrosse team is really, really good. We won our first tournament this year, so they're on the rising. And our soccer team in the spring will be up and going also. So these are three new sports, new varsity sports that will be engaged in the athletic department. Starting the athletic recruitment process. Okay, here we go. Scholarships. Unlike Division I, Division II scholarships are often partial and may cover only a portion of the tuition, room, board, and books. So understand, you got to start the process early because we need to know your academic profile, because that's a big time way at Morehouse we can help you get the full money. Now, we give partial athletic scholarships. Some of them are full, but if the higher your grades are, the better chance you get to getting a full ride scholarship at Morehouse College. Start communicating with our coaches. It's really important. Football, basketball, track, golf. Start the process. Send emails to our coaches early where they can put your kid on our board. I emphasize all the coaches to start an athletic board, whether it's basketball, football, golf. Let's start the recruitment process early. Get to campus as soon as you can. It's much better if you let your kid or you guys get to campus. Look, I do personal walkthroughs. We'll go eat in the calf. I'll walk you through some of our buildings, some of our dormitory rooms. You can come to Forbes Arena. I'll take you to the stadium. Let's start the process early. It's huge. Brother Conte will go over this. It's huge at Morehouse to start our process early. Kendrick, Dr. Brown has done a great job with our academics in helping us get this process started. Check eligibility. Understand, we have camps in the summertime and combines. Sign up for all the camps. Make sure you're eligible. Visit Morehouse. Stay engaged with the coaches. Stay engaged with them. You have, because you basically recruit a kid that wants to be here. We have to know you want to be a Morehouse person. And everybody on this call, we know you have some interest in Morehouse, and that's awesome. But please stay engaged with all the coaches. Walking on at Morehouse. Guys, this is my favorite part because I love walk-ons. We have an easy walk-on process. All you have to do is be medically cleared, stay in contact with the coaches, and they will give you the dates of the walk-ons. We have walk-ons in football, basketball. We just had golf tryout walk-ons. So we having volleyball tryouts this week also. I love walk-ons. They have the best story. They have a great academic profile, and it's just big to have walk-ons at our college. And to be honest with you, especially football, we have the most walk-ons probably in Division II. Oh, what's the difference between preferred walk-ons and regular walk-ons? Preferred walk-ons is early engagement. That's huge. So if it's football, be sure you reach out to Coach Mathis and you get to be a preferred walk-on. A regular walk-on starts at the beginning of the school year and then he comes and tries out. But a preferred walk-on starts training in August when the football team comes out. It's the same with basketball, same with golf. You want to be a preferred walk-on. That's staying engaged with the coaches. Your early engagement helps this process. You do not want to wait to the beginning of school to actually walk on to the team. Can walk-ons get scholarships? This is a great question. Yes, you can earn money. We have a quarterback last year that started off as a third-string quarterback. Now he's getting money. So yes, each position in football, basketball, a walk-on can eventually get a scholarship if it's earned. The coaches will evaluate you at the end of the year. We've had it. It happens all the time. We've had a couple of football players get scholarships. We have basketball players get scholarships, and we have a golf guy to get a scholarship as walk-ons. So yes, you can earn a scholarship as a walk-on. How do I walk into Morehouse? It's an early. Contact the coaches early. Stay engaged. Reach out to the coaches now. If I'm coming in the fall, I will start the process of reaching out with the coaches where they can see your film. Game film is important. Your measurements, your statistics are important. I can't emphasize it enough. But if you want to be a walk-on or prefer walk-on, let the coaches know who you are. Invest in success, give it to athletics. It's one thing about our athletics and our department. Uh, uh, our guys have high grades. As you can see, the cumulative GPA is a 3.2. My track team has the highest GPAs on campus. All of our guys in all of our sports, we excel in the classroom. That's one thing I have to emphasize about Morehouse. Our guys graduate. At this time, we're currently out graduating the student body, and that's huge. We want to get it up to about 75%, and that's just big time for athletes. So parents, students, understand if you come here and you participate in athletics, it's a big time way. You're probably graduating in 4 years and you're going to go ahead and be super successful in society. So understand that we won the Commissioner's Cup, which is an academic award for the SIC conference. We won it last year because we graduate kids. Our baseball team had 25 scholar athletes on the all academic team. And that's big time compared to most people don't have 25 baseball players on their squad. We had 25 baseball players on the academic all SIC team. Invest in success. I tell our parents and alumni, we invest in athletic program and our product returns. We get a return on our investment in athletics. My students in athletics, we've been given Tuesday with success, and it shows on the court and on the field and at graduation. That's when our success shows. You know, I want to win games. I want us to do well. I want us to win awards. But most importantly, I invest in success is at graduation in May. Life of a student athlete at Morehouse. Let me talk about that some. Okay, a student athlete Morehouse experience is great. It's awesome. Social engagement, transitional programs, student athlete feedback. Being an athlete at Morehouse College is also tough because you have to manage the academics, but it's also fun because coaches, counselors, professors, we work hand in hand. We just had faculty and staff appreciation day at our Clark football game, which was a record sellout. We haven't had that many fans in years at the game. It was at capacity. So a student athlete experience Morehouse can be really, really, really good. You can pledge a fraternity. You can join organizations. It's big time at Morehouse because everybody, all our key stakeholders, our faculty and staff, our coaches, our cafeteria employees, we all get it and we understand how to make the student athlete experience at Morehouse really, really good. Quotes. We ought not to seek greatness. We ought to seek to serve. And when we seek to serve, we'll bump into greatness along the way. That's Benjamin Mays. That's what Morehouse is about. Um, we lay a product out at Morehouse College that's the best in the country. I think it's the best in the world. We educate the most Black men in the world on our campus. And I say it all the time. We have about 88% of our guys going to be successful, especially in the athletic department. 88%, that's a study. And the rest of them are just successful. We have super successful 88%, and we have successful for the rest of them. We have a product that's bar none the top in the country. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in the moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenges and controversy. Morehouse College is tough. It's going to be a challenge, but we do it. We have people in place to help your kids, your young men, to be successful at our institution. We have them placed all over the campus, from the president's office to the athletic department to the cafeteria to our faculty and staff. It's going to be a challenge. Morehouse College is not easy, but it's a product that we back and we help our young men be successful.
And before we start Q&A, and thank you so much for that fantastic presentation, Mr. Ellis. Morehouse Athletics is entering a new era, and we're excited about the next era of Morehouse Athletics, where, as you saw in the presentation, we're adding sports, we're adding programs. We have a very strong community engagement component in regards to our student athletes at Morehouse. Not only are student athletes performing on the field, they're performing in the classroom, and that's a very large part of being a student athlete at Morehouse College. I also want to expound on my role in terms of athletics at Morehouse. Obviously, I'm Associate Director of Admissions, but I also serve as the athletic liaison for our admissions office. And that role is I am your resource in regards to making sure if you have any issues with the admissions process, when you're applying to Morehouse College as a confirmed student athlete, I am your contact person. So any questions or issues or any assistance that you need in regards of the recruitment process as a student athlete, in regards to that admissions process, I am happy to assist. I also serve as a resource for our coaching staff. It is imperative. Our coaches will confirm, or they will let me know who are the athletes they're recruiting. And we make sure we denote those athletes in our admissions database. If you are an official recruit for one of our athletic teams, our coaching staff reaches out to me, and so I can make sure that you're added to that list and you're denoted as an athletic recruit at Morehouse College. So again, I am your resource in regards to the admissions process for confirmed recruited athletes at Morehouse College, and I am happy to assist with any issues with the admissions process. If you would like an admissions presentation in your recruited student athlete, I am happy to do that. So I'm available for if you are on campus doing a campus tour and want to stop by and learn more about the admissions process, or if you would like a virtual admissions presentation as a confirmed student athlete, I will be happy to do that as well. So just before we go into Q&A, I want to provide some more feedback in regards to my role with the athletics department here at Morehouse College. And again, we are excited about the next era, and we're looking for that special young man who's going to come to Morehouse and dominate on the field, dominate on the court, dominate on the golf course, dominate on the tennis court, but also dominate in the classroom. So that is the type of student athlete we're looking for. So we're going to jump into start answering some questions. And I'm going to go in the chat and let's take a look and see what questions we have. Right now we have about 15 questions in the chat. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So first question from, all right, give me 1 second and we're going to, all right. Our first question is, has communication between your coaches and high school, junior college coaches improved? In the past, when I reach out to coaches at Morehouse, I did not receive a response. So, Harold, if you can speak about the most effective way to reach out to our coaches and to make sure that our coaches are eliciting a response to student potential recruits.
Yeah, that's a question that's really important, because before I came back to Morehouse, that used to be always a question. I used to be the guy they used to call about basketball. Those parents just randomly would call me. So I get it. So yes, we have actually an official football recruiting coordinator now, which we've never had in the past, that can actually return calls, check emails, which is big time. I'm telling you, that was one of the things I had to change. I wanted to change it because I got feedback before I got here. It was no response. Nobody was turning calls. And at the end of the day, you guys can call me at the end of the day, because especially if it's basketball. But we have a football guy, we have a basketball guy that's recruiting coordinator, and we have it in golf and track and field. So now it will be more correspondence back from the college athletic program about your kid. So we saw the names on the, I hope you took pictures of the page where we had the coaches. If that does not work, you can always reach out to me directly, and I can put you in the right contact person. But yes, that has improved. That was one of the things I wanted to change when I got here. I totally understand when a kid wants to give a choice, especially if it's Morehouse. I want to touch every kid that's a possible recruit. That's my mission and goal.
And to add to that, Harold, we have updated the contact information on the Morehouse Athletics website, and the contact form is going to be routed more quickly and more effectively to make sure that we're getting your questions and to our coaching staff so they can respond to you. Just briefly going back in regards to what you need to send coaches, it is very important that you are sending your athletic resume out when you reach out to coaches. So make sure you're providing obviously your NCAA ID, obviously your height, your weight, obviously the sports you play, based on sports, those statistics, or if you are a track athlete, what events you run and your times. So our coaches have a better idea in regards to your skill level, and does that match what the recruitment coordinator for that sport is looking for.
Hey, brother.
Jump back in,
I just
brother
want to
Ellis.
jump in and say this, because I forgot. Most importantly, be sure to have the high school coach reach out. It's better coming from a coach than a parent. I have to emphasize that, because the college coach might want to ask the high school coach some details about the kid, the athlete. So I understand parents want to reach out. I get it. but make sure the high school coach is in touch with the coach at Morehouse. That's really, really important because coaches don't always deal with the parents.
Well, thank you. Thank you for adding that, Harold. Our next question, which coach should an interested swimmer reach out to? Who would be right now the
Oh,
contact? We
okay.
have a
We're in the
contact with
process.
us. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, well, yeah, we have a contact. We'll have to get that because it was not on the sheet, but I will get you the information for the new swimming coach, and you can send it out to the parents in the chat. We do have a new swimming coach, and we actually going to have a meet in December, a HBCU Classic, which we're trying to bring back to the school. And it's going to be a couple of HBCUs, bigger, large HBCUs that'll be in our building. And I'm happy to do it, and I'm happy to get us going. Swimming coach, he has a lot of energy. He's a young guy, and he's very interested in just returning the Tiger Sharks to glory.
Thank you. Next question is, what are some specific ways that Morehouse builds a sense of community and camaraderie among student athletes?
Okay, great question. So, like I said, we have a lot of programs now. Like I said, with the YMCA, we partner up with all our sports, and they all participate hand in hand with each other. If it's a football event, the basketball team is working that event, or the baseball team. If it's the baseball game, we got the football players and basketball players at the game. One thing I can say about Morehouse and our coaching staff, they all work hand in hand with each other. They all support each other. And I think that's really, really, really good. I'm at all events, and I don't know if you guys will know this. We had football this weekend. I'm in Valdosta, Georgia at the basketball game. So I'm always present, and I make sure all my coaching staff are present at all events. They eat in the cafeteria together. They work together. They go to class together, and it's a different kind of community with our athletes. They all help each other. They catch with each other. It's just, I can't explain how close all our athletes are.
Next question. This is a very good question. How early should a student athlete interested in Morehouse start the recruiting process? How early?
Here's the deal. Start now. Start now. Like, the earlier the process, the better for Morehouse College. We have a lot of rules academically that we have to work around, and Dr. Brown has done a great job in working with athletics on getting kids admitted. But it's contacting Brother Conte early. Get the coaching staff. I tell, like, if it's football season, if you have any interest in Morehouse, apply now. Apply now. Get your application in now, because the earlier we get you in the system, the better we can get you equipped for Morehouse College. We're not like regular schools where you can wait to the spring and apply, and you wait to the second deadline in football to recruit you. No, apply now, where my coaches can get in touch with you now, and you can start the application process. The college has done a great job in working with athletics on getting guys in, but it's on us, the coaching staff, and the students and parents, to get your application in early. I can't emphasize it enough.
And I'm going to piggyback off that, Brother Ellis. You could not have said it any better. It is very important. If you're interested in Morehouse, being a student at Morehouse, being a student athlete at Morehouse, it is imperative that you apply early. Our early decision deadline is already passed, and that deadline was November 1st, but you can still apply via early action. The earlier, the better is extremely important. Morehouse usually our freshman class, total freshman class, usually between 650 to 700 students. Last year, we received almost 7,000 applications. And Morehouse has a very selective process in terms of the type of student and the student athlete we look for. I obviously look for athletes who are going to be successful on the field and on the court, but we also look for student athletes who are going to be able to handle a Morehouse classroom. So again, if you're very serious about Morehouse College, with the amount of applications that we receive, it is extremely important for you to put that best foot forward and to apply early. Our next question is, what if we do not have test scores since Morehouse admissions is test optional? I'll start off with answering that question. Again, yes, we are test optional. So test scores are not required for you to be admitted. And technically, they are not required for you to continue with the athletic recruitment process. However, we do have, in terms of academic scholarships at Morehouse, we do have a few academic scholarships that do require test scores. So if you are a top student athlete, when I say top student athlete, I'm talking 3.5 GPA. If you've taken the SAT or ACT, and you've done well on either, and Morehouse does not have a preference for standardized test scores, we do super score for the SAT. We do not super score for the ACT. Last year, about half of our admitted students did supply test scores. In regards to our student profile, the average SAT for admitted students last year was about 1130. The average ACT score for admitted students last year was about a 23. So again, test scores are not required, but if you are wanting to be in the running for our top institutional academic scholarships, and an example of those is the STAMP scholarship. The STAMP scholarship at Morehouse College definitely does require test scores. So I just want to fill in the blank in regards to, we are test optional, and we do not require test scores to be admitted to Morehouse and to be eligible for most of our scholarships, but some of our top institutional academic scholarships do require test scores.
Can I add on to that, Brother Conte?
Yes, sir.
So also, it tests optional, but we also looking for a well-rounded student. So if you're a kid right now, be sure to get in organizations in your high school. Morehouse looks at a well-rounded student. We understand we like high character, high academics, but we need that well-rounded student, whether that's the chess club, Spanish club, math club, ROTC, band. Fill your resume out and tell your story. It's huge that on your application, you tell your story for Morehouse College. We like stories. We like well-rounded young men. And that's what final decision is.
Thank you for adding that. And that is definitely a part of our application review process. We actually score our applications based on a variety of factors. Those factors include GPA, academic rigor, extracurricular activities, leadership background, recommendation letters, volunteerism, and just the overall fit to be a man of Morehouse. So, make sure, and we also have 2 essays that are within the application. So as Brother Ellis just stated, tell your story in your application. Obviously, you being a student athlete and talking about that experience, but also talking about who you are and how you would benefit from being at Morehouse, and which you would be able to bring to Morehouse as a potential student athlete on our campus. So that is extremely important. So next question. My son completed the prospective athlete form on the website. Is the next step to send an email with NCAA ID and all the other info covered on this call?
Yes, that's the next step. Please reach out to the coach. We need that NCAA ID number, but just check it for his eligibility purposes to start the process, or continue the process in recruiting. So that is huge. I don't know what sport her son plays, but I hope she, took a picture of the frame, because let's get the process started. The earlier we get the NCAA eligibility number, the better it is for the athlete, the student athlete, and we can start the process. Like you said, Brother Conte, we can get his name on the list. We can start that process early. We can get a letter out to him, and we can get that process going.
I thank you, Brother Ellis. Next question. Is the recruitment process the same for transfer students who are interested in scholarships and football, specifically football scholarship opportunities?
It's a little bit different with transfers, but it's the same process. If because the transfer student, he won't be in the first, well, he could be in the first portal. He could be in the first transfer date or the second one. But if you are a transfer And if you know you're transferring to Morehouse College, the earlier we need to know, the better, especially if it's the second semester. We need to know January because, like I said, Dr. Brown gave us a small window to play with to get transfers in. Historically, we don't have a lot of transfers, but the earlier they start the process, the better it is for the transfer with the portal.
Very, very important. And the admissions process, the application process, is a little bit different as well for transfer applicants. So obviously, we would need your official college transcript. So every college that you previously attended, we need to have an official transcript from that institution. Obviously, you will need to complete the application, specifically transfer application. We require 2 letters of recommendation for our transfers, and also we require what's called the dean certification form. And that dean certification form is basically stating that you did not have any conduct violations at your prior institutions. And we need that completed dean certification form from each prior institution. So if you attended 2 prior colleges before applying to Morehouse, we require a dean certification form from each school. And that form, the applicant completes the top of the form, and then the rest of the form should be sent to the student life department or the conduct officer at your prior college so they can complete the remainder of the form. All right, next question. When requesting for my high school coach to connect with the coach at Morehouse, could you kindly provide guidance on how that discussion should look? My coach has generally been unsure about the process and who plays that role.
Yeah, so that's different with every high school. That's a great question, actually. So a lot of times the high school coach has reached out, and sometimes the high school coach might have a relationship with the coach at Morehouse, so he might not. But the whole thing is the initial contact from the high school coach to start the relationship and build a relationship. And then it goes from the high school coach to the student athlete. And then when the student athlete and the head coach from Morehouse connect, then the high school coach kind of is like out of the picture. But we need that initial coach to contact the coach at Morehouse where they can build that relationship where they can tell your kid's story, an athletic story. At that point, it'll be the athletic story, and then we can get into the academics. But first of all, find out he's a recruitable kid. The coaches want to know that. That's why they want to speak to the high school coaches. So the initial process is they start talking to the college coach first, and then we move from there.
All right, appreciate it, Brother Ellis. Next question, does Morehouse take AP scores? I'll jump on to that. In regards to advanced placement scores at Morehouse College, for most AP courses to be accepted as credit at Morehouse, obviously the student has to take the AP exam, and for most of those courses, a minimum score of a 4 on the AP exam is required for that course to be accepted as credit at Morehouse College. So that student the applicant will have to take the AP exam. And for most of our courses to be accepted as credit at Morehouse College, the student has to receive or earn at least a score of 4 on the advanced placement exam for that course.
And can I piggyback on that also, Brother Conti? So
yes,
we have a few athletes in the athletic department that came in this year as freshmen that did take the exam, and they did well and they got credit. So that is, if that's what that was the parents and the kid want to do, that's great because they will get credit. And we had a basketball player that came in last year that he did the same thing. He had credits coming into the building, and that's always good at Morehouse College, having the credits coming in the building.
Thank you. The next question is, our son has submitted his application for admission to Morehouse. Is there a timeline to start with correspondence, or should we wait to see if he is accepted to Morehouse?
Well, I think recruiting for me, and it's all over the country, we're recruiting all the time. I say, let's continue the recruiting process, and we'll see what happens when the letters go out. I don't have the exact day, Brother Country. You might have to tell the exact day when letters start coming out. But my thing is, let's engage early and often before the letters come out. That's the best advice I can give you guys. Early and often. And then when the letters come out, we'll figure that out when it happens. But let's engage early and often.
And I would definitely advise to not wait until your son has been officially admitted to Morehouse to start the recruitment process. Our next for students who applied early action, and that deadline is coming up. If you apply early action, we will start providing notification or providing decisions. That will happen on, I think it's January 5th. Let me double check that. But yes, do not wait for that for you to be admitted to Morehouse to start that process. If you are admitted to Morehouse, just as a reminder, we're not going to send you send you a letter in the mail. It's going to be posted in your application portal. So make sure that you are, aside from staying in contact with the coach at Morehouse, make sure you are keeping abreast of making sure that you have submitted all required documents to be reviewed and to receive a decision as early as possible on that notification date. We cannot provide an application decision until your application file is complete. And again, once that decision is provided, it will be posted in your application portal. You will not receive a letter in the mail saying if you are admitted or if you are denied or if you were deferred, what have you, whatever application decision you receive. It will be posted in your application portal. Next question is, do we need an NCAA ID if we want to be a preferred walk-on?
Yes, everybody needs an NCAA ID. Eligibility purposes, even if you're a walk-on, you're just like a regular member of the team. So everybody needs an NCAA eligibility number. Every student athlete needs that.
And I appreciate it.
And it's better to get it. It's better to get it now. So getting to the campus and trying to get an NCAA eligibility number is tough. Start that process now. It's not a long process, not a hard process. So please, we need NCAA number because the only way you can be cleared medically is with the NCAA number.
Thank you. And I want to briefly go back to the previous question in regards to waiting to be admitted before you start the recruitment process. In regards to our early action application deadline and the notification date, the early action application deadline is December 15th. And then if your application file is complete, by then you will receive a decision. We first start notifying early action students with the decision on January 30th. So again, the application deadline for early action is December 15th. And the decision notification date is January 30th if your application file is complete. The regular decision application deadline is February 1st. And the first day of notification for students who apply via regular decision is March 15th. Also, the application deadline for transfer students, transfer applicants is February 1st as well. And a transfer decision notification date is the same for regular decisions. So the deadline for transfers is February 1st and the notification date is March 15th. All right, let's go back to the chat and see if we have any more questions. All right, next question. Do you have a showcase recruiting camps for baseball? And if so, where can we find information on your baseball camps? And are there any opportunities for seniors?
Yeah, you mean seniors in high school?
Yes.
Right. So our baseball program is one of our best programs. It's one of my best groups, and our baseball coach is his brother is a former Major League Baseball player, and he works closely with our program. And he played minor league baseball. So yes, we have camps in the summertime. He's very good about if you contact him, he's very good about reaching back out to you. It's Antonio Grissom. He's our head baseball coach. I think his contact was on the page. So please reach out to him because they do a lot of stuff in the summer. and he does a great job at evaluating. He travels around the world evaluating baseball players. We recruit in the Midwest, the West Coast. We have players on our baseball team from everywhere. He has a loaded schedule this year coming up. I think we're going to play in Houston this year for the baseball season, which is really, really good exposure for our brand. But he is really good about getting back with parents and prospective students. That's one of the programs where we're building. We're building a good tradition there. Like I said, it's an academic. We have an academic team. In baseball, we carry the most players in the conference. We carry about 55 baseball players for numerous reasons. That's one of our largest programs.
All right. This is a very interesting question. Many universities are focusing on junior college transfer recruits for football. How many high school seniors does Morehouse recruit?
Okay, so Morehouse is unique. We don't take a lot of junior college transfers. We take kids that come to Morehouse as good academic students, and we develop into the players that they are. I tell everybody all the time, this is a place where you can come as a freshman. I'll give you a good example. We had a kid that was a top recruit in basketball. A lot of bigger schools wanted him. He could have gone to JUCO. He could have gone to Georgia Tech. He could have gone to Georgia. He could have gone to a really big school. But I convinced the parents, come to Morehouse and you develop in 4 years. And then you can either go pro or transfer and play your last year at a higher school. But historically, we recruit high school athletes out of high school, and a lot of schools don't do it. We're still one of the brands that we recruit an 18-year-old kid, we get them to campus, and we develop into a young man. That's what we believe in. That's what I believe in. And that's what my coaching staff believe in. We believe in recruiting a high school student and turning them into a student athlete that will graduate in 4 years.
Thank you very much, Brother Ellis. The next question was, how can you get an NCAA ID number? I just posted a link for instructions to get an NCAA ID number. I just posted a link in the chat with frequently asked questions about getting an NCAA ID number and where you need to go to start that process of registering with the NCAA Eligibility Center and getting an NCAA ID number. So check the chat. That link has just been placed in the chat. All right, next question. My son is a graduating senior and two-sport athlete. He plays football and also track. He's already applied early action. We toured the campus last year. We live in the Western United States and outside a common recruiting area. Is it better to send info to the athletic director or each coach separately for multiple sports? This is a very interesting question.
Okay, it is a good question. I want that kid, whoever that kid is, because we want two sport athletes, and track and football goes together hand in hand. Please send it to the coach. You don't have to send it to me. Send it to that coach, unless it's a basketball guy. Because I jump right in on basketball because my background is basketball. But if it's track and football, please send it to the track coach and the football coach, because that's a possibility where you can merge the monies together. And if he's a good academic student, he could get a really good package from Morehouse College. Like I said, just by him playing football and basketball, I want that kid. Football and track, I want that kid because that goes hand in hand. And if he gets to Morehouse and he wants to be a two-sport athlete, that's big time also. We're recruiting two-sport athletes. We have a couple on campus as we speak. And the better the athlete, the better the sport, and the better the package.
And I want to give some love to our athletic programs at Morehouse because studies have shown, and we have data to back this up. Our student athletes at Morehouse College, pound for pound, have the highest GPAs for any student organization at Morehouse College. So our student athletes at Morehouse are our students. And I think that a lot goes into that reasoning. I think part of it is that our student athletes are very structured, are very focused. Their time management skills have to be impeccable because, especially in season, They have to make sure they're going to practice, study table. They're obviously competing in contests. So their time is very compact. But our student athletes at Morehouse are students, and they perform again on the field, but they also perform extremely well in the classroom.
And I have
So,
to piggyback on that. Oh,
oh no,
okay,
go
go ahead.
ahead. Go ahead, Brother Ellis, please.
I just want to piggyback on that because I said it earlier in the presentation. Our athletes are out graduating the student body. That's huge. That doesn't happen on a lot of campuses. Our athletes are special. They're killing it in the classroom and they're killing it on the field. And that's huge for the parents to understand. You want to go somewhere where your kid will participate in athletics, but most importantly, graduate. That's one of Dr. Thomas, he emphasized, look, I want to win games, but you got to graduate the student athletes. And that was one of the first goals when I took over the position to improve all the grades in all athletics. And right now we're doing really well. And we want to get it to about 75% as a graduation rate for our student athletes. We're probably right at 69 to 70, and that's considered high. But we are out graduating the student body, and that's really impressive for my student athletes.
Thank you. Thank you so much for expounding on that point. Next question is, are current first year students still eligible for athletic scholarships? So if a student, he's about to finish his first semester as a student at Morehouse, can he try out for a team and be eligible to receive an athletic scholarship if he's currently a student?
Absolutely. When we have tryouts, or if he's currently on the team, like say football season just ended, we'll evaluate. The coach evaluate that student athlete. He'll come in and say, "Hey, I want student A to receive money for the next year going forward." So yes, it's always potential to earn money while you're on campus as a student athlete, even in your first year. Your second year, you could be a walk-on 2 years, and then your third year coach says, hey, man, this guy has earned a scholarship. Let's give him the money. It's always potential to earn extra money or a full scholarship.
Thank you, Brother Ellis. We have a few more questions in the chat. We're going to try to get to as many as possible. I think I know the answer to this next question. Is golf a fall or spring sport at Morehouse? I think it's a spring sport, but Brother Ellis, just to
Okay.
make sure.
See, so we've changed. It used to be a spring sport. So now golf is going fall and spring.
Oh, wow.
Man,
Okay.
we partner with Eastside Golf, two Morehouse graduates, alums, and man, we've taken golf to a different level. Yeah, golf is actually playing right now, and they'll play in the spring. It's one of those programs that I made a decision with a coach and got the right sponsorships, and it turned over overnight. It got better overnight. So yes, it's spring and fall, but understand this: golf is not the older golf Morehouse. It's competitive, super competitive. You gotta have. They have tryouts. The coach has tryouts, and it's one of those sports where you got to shoot a certain number before he even looks at you. So understand, golf has really changed in Morehouse College, and we got a big time sponsor. That's one of our partnerships with purpose. It's Mercedes Benz, Eastside Golf. It's huge now. Golf is big time now.
And allow me to add, I probably shouldn't say this because I don't want to put any pressure on Coach Evans or Morehouse Athletics, but what I'm saying, I'm telling you, if you play golf, you're interested in playing golf at Morehouse. Morehouse is going to have the top HBCU golf program, I would say, within the next couple of years.
I totally agree. And let me talk about the facilities real quick because this is recruiting. So we're Arthur Blanks, Arthur Blanks Foundation has given Morehouse Athletics money to build a golf simulator in Forbes Arena. We have a golf simulator and we have a new golf locker room, country club style. So if any future golfers, we are the spot to be. We will be one of the few people in Atlanta, few colleges in the Southeast with a golf simulator coming to campus. So it's going to help perfect your game in golf.
Wow, I didn't realize that. That is fantastic. Next question. So would contacting coaches on Twitter be better than sending an email to the coach?
I think both. Twitter is the future. I'm not a Twitter guy myself, but yes, contact the coaches on Twitter, contact them on Instagram, contact them by email. But the safest way is always contact them by the Morehouse College email. That's the safest way to make sure the coach gets it.
All right, we have a two-part question next. For recruited student athletes, does Morehouse offer official visits? And where do athletes reside on campus?
Okay, Morehouse is a unique institution on residence hall. First of all, yes, you can. Yes, we do have official visits for future prospects for Morehouse. Now, Morehouse is a campus where we don't have athletic dorms. It's historically been like this. Even when I was in school, our athletes live amongst each other. We all are one family. It's a brotherhood. So we might have athletes in Grays, Du Bois, Thurman. They live amongst the students because first and foremost, it's academics at Morehouse College. It's about our brotherhood. That's what we've done for 100 years. We've always lived with the population. I think it's best like that. Maybe one day we can get to where we have our own athletic dorm, but I think it's great for our student athletes to be in the same population with our regular students because in Morehouse, at the end of the day, we're all one. And I think that's what's unique about Morehouse College.
Next question. What percentage of university investment goes to the track program? And what are the recruiting standards for track and field? What are the time standards for our track and field program?
Besides not talking to the track coach, I think that's something you reach out in the track coach and talk about times. But let's just say you got to be fast. So I think that's part of it. But we have a really good track program, and we're putting more money into track. Historically, it's been our pound for pound. Our track coach is probably the best coach in Morehouse College history, and that's a statement. So you're in good hands with track. We're putting more money into it, but like I said, Coach Willie Hill and Coach Dumas are two of the best on campus, and Coach Hill is one of the best ever, if not the best coach in all sports in the history of Morehouse College. He is in the top three. So you'll be in good hands with track.
Let's see. Next question. What coaches should athletes interested in the upcoming sports? Which coaches should they contact for swimming, soccer, and lacrosse? I'll quickly jump in. We will be sending out a recap email in the morning. So if you registered for Tiger Talks tonight, we're going to be sending you a recap email with that coaching contact information, including the coaching contact information for swimming, soccer, and lacrosse. So make sure that you check your email tomorrow morning, and we're going to be sending out a recap for tonight's Athletics Tiger Talks that will include that information for those upcoming sports. All right, and I'm going to double check the chat and make sure that we got to all of our questions. And fantastic questions, and man, thank you so much for remaining engaged and asking so many questions about Morehouse athletics in tonight's presentation.
Can I say one more thing about Morehouse?
Please do, Brother Ellis.
Yeah, I just want to end on the parents and the kids have to make a decision about college. Making a decision to attend Morehouse College could be the best thing in your life. It changed my life. It changed my life 30-something years ago. We're making men of consequence, and we're excellent at producing successful young men. I'm speaking for athletics, but I'm talking about the overall Morehouse experience is outstanding. If I'm a parent, if I'm a kid, I'm on the fence, it's only one place you need to be. If you're an African-American young man, we do the best. We're the best in the business in creating excellence. And I want you to come to Morehouse. It's where you need to be, not only for athletics, but for life. I say at Morehouse, we take care of you for 4 years. We nurture you. We cherish you, we mold you, we build you for 4 years to give 40 years back. That's my thing, 4 for 40. We do a good job at it, and I think we're the best in the business. I just want to thank all the parents and kids that are on the call. I'll see you on campus. I'm there every day. And if you get a chance, I'll take you to the cafeteria, which our new branding, Magic Johnson, just took over our cafeteria. That's another partnership with Purpose. They're redoing all the food venues. So we're rolling and we're on the rise. Morehouse College is where you need to be.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Brother Ellis. Tonight's presentation was extremely informative. And again, thank you everyone for registering tonight and staying engaged and asking fantastic questions. Again, the new era of Morehouse athletics, we're just at the start. And there are great things that are happening within Morehouse athletics. Again, I serve as athletics liaison. I'm happy to provide, and I will provide my information in the chat. If you have any questions in regards to the admissions process as a confirmed student athlete, I'm happy to assist. I'm also more than willing to, if you have a sport that you're interested in and want to reach out to the coach and you're having some issues getting in contact with the coach, I'm happy to assist with that process as well. So I'll make sure to include my information in the chat. In closing, Morehouse is, as Brother Ellis said, is a special place. Aside from getting a top-notch athletic experience on our campus, you're going to receive a top-notch education. Morehouse, as I stated earlier, is the only all-male liberal arts college, only all-male liberal arts HBCU in the entire country. And Morehouse stands on the foundation of servant leadership and brotherhood. And those are the two of the greatest experiences you're going to receive on this campus. You're going to have an experience where you're going to be supported. You're going to be challenged. You're going to be inspired on our campus. So when you're looking at potential college choices and when you're looking at a place to continue your athletic career, think about the type of education that you're going to receive, but also think of the type of environment that you want to be in. And make sure that is a supportive environment. And there's no other institution on the face of this earth like Morehouse College, especially for a young man of color. So, Brother Ellis, do you have anything else to add? I think we have reached
Nope,
the end of tonight's presentation. Anything else?
I'm good. Let's go house.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Brother Ellis. Thank you. Fantastic job.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Uh,
Anytime.
and thank you for the great questions. And again, make sure you check your email in the morning. We are going to be providing a recap of tonight's presentation. So if we don't have any additional questions, we are running right on time. Again, thank you for participating tonight. Also, this Tiger Talks will be available on our YouTube page. The recording will be posted hopefully by tomorrow afternoon. So if you came in a little late, you will be able to watch a replay of the recording and get the information and also the information in regards to the questions that were asked in tonight's presentation. So it will be posted on our YouTube page. And don't let this be the last Tiger Talks that you attend. We have Tiger Talks for pretty much every department on our campus, whether it be athletics, the scholarship process, the admissions process, student life, housing. So this is a great way for you to learn more detailed information about Morehouse and potentially becoming a man of Morehouse. So again, thank you so much for attending tonight, and hopefully we answer some questions about the athletics process and the athletics program, and hopefully becoming a mighty maroon tiger.